What's good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Dear African Americans, and this is a response to the great Black Acres of the Gambia YouTube channel. And they made a video, and the video was called, Do You Need Credit Cards or Cash and Credit on the Continent of Africa? Now, I watched their video, and I've never been to the Gambia, but it seems like the Gambia runs very similar to Uganda in the fact that credit card use is really restricted to the elites, all right? Most people don't own American Express. Maybe a percentage of a people have an American Express. Very few people have a Visa card. Very few people even have a debit card. They may have it, they may never use it. Most people on the continent of Africa use cash, and I'm talking about cash in the form of what? Mobile money. So if you know about MTN, mobile money, MTN is everywhere, South Africa, Nigeria, Uganda, Rwanda, Ghana, Airtel, shout out to M-Pesa, which is, in Tanzania and Kenya, all right? Cash is king, okay? But credit is still good. Now, although you might not use credit here, what does credit allow you to do if you're still an American citizen or a British citizen? It allows you to do something that most people can't do here, which is order goods and services, put it on a credit card, and then if you have a business, you can have that stuff shipped here, and then you have an advantage, all right? A lot of the things that we have used to build our Kinganda studio has been bought with, on credit card, all right? Now, I've paid it off eventually, right? But let me just tell you this. I have Best Buy, right? Shout out to Best Buy, but Best Buy credit card that I established in 2017. Best Buy has a really good credit card system. I love it to death. What Best Buy offers right now is you can order any purchase over $1,000, $1,000. There's no interest on that item or items past over 1 year, okay? So basically, let's say if I have a $5,000 limit, I wanna order $5,000 worth of equipment for my business. I have a year to pay off $5,000 with 0% interest. Now, if you use a shipping company like UG Unlocked, and UG Unlocked can bring that stuff into the country, not based taxing on the price, because again, I talked about that previously. Most African countries will tax you on the price of the item. So it's like 50%. That's very expensive, right? UG Unlock is just gonna ship it based on the weight. So if that thing weighs 40 pounds, I'm paying $400, right? For equipment that I can use on my Best Buy card. Now, if I'm strapped for cash, I have a lot of time to try to pay that off, right? Now, that's the beauty of having credit cards. You're still connected to the outer world. And I'm gonna tell you the biggest problem that I see with repatriates that come to Africa. When you come to Africa, you need everything that gives you the benefits of being American. I'm gonna just be honest. When you give up your credit cards, you give up your Best Buy accounts, you give up your Amazon accounts, you basically, a lot of times, give up an advantage, all right? You give up an advantage. I have an Amazon business account. I would not trade it for the world. You could never ask me to give it up. It gives me a very good advantage on production, a very good advantage on equipment. I love B&H Photo. We ordered some podcast equipment. You want those things. If you're running any business in Africa, you want to be connected to the West, because simply where you're at may not have all the things that you need. So you don't want to give up your credit cards, especially if you have a good credit card that gives you 0% interest over 12 months if you're a good customer. That's a steal, right? You never want to give something like that up because you have 12 months to pay it off at 0% interest or something like that. Keep it, right? You never know when you're gonna need it. You can be in Africa, but maintain your American advantages. I've done it myself. It keeps me making more money while I'm here. The studio that we have is ever so building. It's crazy, right? And cash is king in Uganda. Now you do need to be able to use cash. You can't go and buy most things with credit cards, and I wouldn't advise it. Now, paying rent and all of that stuff, and paying rent up front, cash is king. Paying people, cash is king, right? You're gonna need that stuff. Buying appliances in the city, cash is king, right? But for your business purposes, always keep your credit cards, right? You don't wanna leave here without your credit card because any emergency may happen. You may need to go back to the States. You may need to do something. You may need an item that might make or break you for a business, and you have access to a credit line, a credit limit, and you need that item, you better have that card, right? So in my opinion, you need both. Now I'm gonna tell you like this. Most people don't really use the debit or credit cards. You're gonna have to get used to using mobile money, all right? And then mobile money, you wanna use that. Now, Black Acres to the Gambia, shout out to them. You're gonna need a lot of times to negotiate, all right? Now, he did mention a lot of areas about credit that you could tell somebody, well, listen, I know you want 3 months up front, but I can give you 1 month up front, and then I can do this, I can upgrade your place here, I can do that. That's called exchanging and negotiating. You need all of that. Those are great skills here. If you have cash up front, obviously things can be much cheaper, for what you're trying to do. So you're gonna have to get used to sending mobile money payments to people. That's always great because you can always track those payments. Nobody can say that you didn't pay them. I will always suggest if you have a service or something you wanna pay for, mobile money payments guaranteed the fact that they got it. They can't lie and say, oh, well, you never sent me the money. Well, yes, I did, I sent the money to you this way. So mobile money is always good. But always remember, you want to come to Africa with all of your American advantages, all right? If you have a technical advantage, you keep that, all right? If you have advantages with the team that you have made in America, you keep that. You don't come to Africa and start all over with nothing. You want to start over with whatever advantages that you had. You keep that system going. If it's credit cards you had, a good credit limit you had, you have good skill sets you have, everything you're gonna need in your arsenal here to make it. You wanna give yourself every advantage to be successful, all right? I have an Amazon business account. There are months I might spend, and I'll even show you here, you seeing this month, I've already spent $4,351 on my Amazon or something close to that, as you can see right here in the background, right? So this is real time. Keep that stuff coming in, okay? Keep that stuff coming in. And also, I wanna mention this. If you have taxes in America, these things are even more write-offs. Now understand that if you live overseas and your income is under $100,000, you have expat tax accountants and things like that overseas. All of these things are write-offs, all right? Because even being out of the country for over 330 days a year makes you an expat. So you don't have to pay as much US taxes. But then keep in mind that you have this extra stuff there, all right? All right, so make sure, these things can be kept for your bank records. Obviously, if you use the Amazons of the world, you use the Best Buys of the world, basically if you ever want to file US taxes, these things you'll have. So in my opinion, learn both of the ropes. Learn how to send cash, I use, World Remit to send myself funds through mobile money. And then I play the cash game hardcore in Uganda. I play partially credit games to get stuff to Uganda, right? Because you can't pay cash for a new Canon camera. Now I will say this, in Uganda, like when you want to upload the meter for umeme, for electricity is prepaid. You can't use a credit card. It must be done through mobile money or cash, right? That's how it works here. In America, if you want to pay any bill, you can pay with credit card. Utility bills, you can't pay them if you got a credit card. So you need cash. But in America, you want to still be connected to the financial environments, in my opinion. You don't want to be totally off the grid. You want to be able to keep your financial institutions intact. You want to be able to keep your credit intact. You want to, because you never know what's going to happen, all right? So just make sure you do that. So guys, that's my response. Shout out to Black Executives of Gambia. Go check them out at the first comment pinned to the top. And guys, it's been your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Keep it real. Kingana forever. I'm out.